I only got one plan, Rainey.
That would be Alaska?
Alaska.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for real people who were not widely known public figures when they influenced a successful biopic or fictional film character. Hit documentaries like Hoop Dreams are not included.
He was never convinced what he was doing was the right thing to do. But overall, he had a good career.
Number 20, Michael Oher and the Tuohys, The Blind Side. In 2004, Sean and Leanne Tuohy were more local celebrities in Memphis for their lucrative entrepreneurship. Their boldest investment was a good-natured teenager whom they raised from poverty into a promising athletic career. Michael Lewis wrote about this in a book which was adapted into a film the year Michael Oher was drafted into the NFL.
Tony here's your quarterback, all right? You protect his blind side. When you look at him, you think of me, how you have my back, how you have his, okay?
The Blind Side became a massive hit, winning Sandra Bullock an Oscar for her portrayal of Leanne. However, the film was criticized for its offensively inaccurate white savior narrative, even by Oher himself.
Oher says the Tuohys gave away the rights to his life story for The Blind Side, while they profited. Now he wants the money he believes he's owed.
In 2023, he sued the Tuohys to dissolve his conservatorship, alleging that they exploited him for fame and profit. Whether that was their intention, the results are undeniable.
The Tuohy family attorneys speaking out tonight, disputing the former NFL player's accusation that he was tricked into making the Tuohys his conservators in 2004 instead of being adopted.
Number 19, Billy Hayes, Midnight Express. Reckless youth of Billy Hayes ended with an incident that gained global attention. In 1970, the 23-year-old American drug smuggler was captured in Turkey and sentenced to 4 years in Istanbul's Sagmalsalar prison.
I'd hoped somehow to get out of this quickly so that you'd never have to know about it. But that just isn't possible now. I don't know what's going to happen.
The brutal conditions, as well as Turkish and American authorities' denial of an early release for good behavior, prompted Hayes to escape. He then fled the country and wrote Midnight Express with William Hoffer. The book was quickly adapted into an acclaimed film, cited as the breakout of Oscar-winning screenwriter Oliver Stone and Golden Globe-winning actor Brad Davis.
I love you.
Oh, Billy.
I love you.
It's also cited in discourse surrounding the ethics of America's war on drugs. Meanwhile, Hayes has turned his life around as an actor, writer, and public speaker.
Every city that the film is opened in has created controversy. The Turkish government has officially protested the opening in every city it's been in.
Number 18, Chris McCandless, Into the Wild. A champion for adventure became a cautionary figure in 1992. After traveling from Virginia to Alaska, 24-year-old Chris McCandless was found dead in a bus abandoned in the woods, officially of starvation. This tragedy, as well as journal entries written under the pseudonym Alexander Supertramp, were the subject of an article in a best-selling book by John Krakauer. Sean Penn directed and wrote the adaptation of Into the Wild with Emil Hirsch in his breakout role.
Power is an illusion. It's up here. You can be here. Me and you.
The film earned such high praise that many fans risked, even lost their lives to find the site of McCandless's death. The bus was thus moved to a museum in 2020, with Into the Wild being more commemorative of the beauty of life and wanderlust. Number 17, Penny Ann Trumbull, Almost Famous. Music journalist turned filmmaker Cameron Crowe's travels with Led Zeppelin, the Allman Brothers Band, and Eagles were the basis for the cult classic Almost Famous. Of course, everyone wanted to know the true identity of Penny Lane. This mysterious Band-Aid was a composite of several groupies Crowe befriended, particularly Penny Ann Trumbull of the Flying Garter Girls.
At this time, please extinguish all smoking materials, for the captain has turned on the no smoking sign. Your seats and tray tables should be locked and in their full upright position.
She was a legend in the 70s rock touring scene under the nickname Penny Lane, before finding more understated success as a businesswoman. She nonetheless praised Almost Famous for immortalizing her with Kate Hudson's iconic Golden Globe-winning performance.
There are real problems in the band, off the record.
What problems?
Okay, I got it. Your name should be Spencer, and mine will be Jane.
But another alleged inspiration, writer Pamela DeBar, was frustrated about being shut out from the film's depiction of groupie culture.
I was standing there and I heard somebody say, "Oh, she must be a groupie." And I was like,
Whoa, that must be me.
Number 16, Maria Belon, The Impossible. Physician Maria Belon was on holiday in Thailand with her husband and children when they got caught in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Belon miraculously reunited with her family and was able to recover from severe injuries. Out of respect for the families that weren't so lucky, she sold her story to be made into a movie. The Impossible changed the Spanish family to British, with Belon being portrayed by her favorite actress, Naomi Watts.
I was very aware of our connection, and the presence of her was the reminder of what we were doing at all times. I mean, there were so many reminders because we were in the place that this story took place.
The film was otherwise praised for its uncompromising accuracy and emotional force. It also notably featured an incredible breakout performance by a 14-year-old Tom Holland. More importantly, Belon has since used her stardom to advocate for fellow survivors around the world. Number 15, Margaret Fairchild, The Lady in the Van. Once a World War II ambulance driver, a pianist, and a nun, Margaret Fairchild was known to the Camden Town elite as a nuisance for living in a van around their homes. She wound up spending the last 15 years of her life in the driveway of writer Alan Bennett.
Some writers spend their lives writing about going to Patagonia or the thighs of 24 women or whatever. Miss Shepherd. It was part of what I was given.
He then preserved Fairchild's bizarre story with a 1989 play starring Maggie Smith, who reprised the role in the 2015 film adaptation of The Lady in the Van.
I mean, I ask for a wheelchair. What does she get me? A walking stick. And she says I don't get an allowance unless I get an address.
The commercial and critical hit is now remembered for one of Smith's last and greatest performances. It should also serve as a reminder that the outcasts of society could have had a life worthy of any theater.
It won't look as if I'm being taken away, will it?
Taken away where?
Where they take people, because they're not right. You know, do they do that still?
Number 14, Kyle Damon, Good Will Hunting. Matt Damon's superstardom started with an MIT janitor who's revealed to be a genius when he solves a near-impossible equation on a blackboard.
Sorry. What do you do? Sorry. That's people's work. You can't graffiti here. Don't you walk away from me!
Really, it all started with his brother Kyle. The artist was visiting a friend at the esteemed university when he jokingly wrote an unsolvable problem on a blackboard in the Infinity Corridor. The romantic idea of MIT students needing a convenient medium for sudden brilliant ideas gave Kyle's brother the brilliant idea of Good Will Hunting.
How do you like them apples?
The film won Matt and Ben Affleck the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, while helping to establish them as major actors. Of course, when Matt gave the commencement address to MIT's class of 2016, he gave fair credit to the less famous Damon.
And how lucky you are that you're here and you're you. And how lucky we are that you're here and you're you.
Number 13, Paul Rusesabagina, Hotel Rwanda. The summer of 1994 saw the horror of ordinary people slaughtering each other in Rwanda. It also saw ordinary people like Paul Rusesabagina risking everything to stop the violence.
Most importantly, this cannot be a refugee camp. The Interahamwe believe that the Mikoline is a 4-star Sabina hotel. That is the only thing that is keeping us alive.
The manager of Kigali's Hotel de Mille Collines sheltered more than 1,000 Hutu and Tutsi fleeing the genocide. 10 years later, Hotel Rwanda won great acclaim for Don Cheadle's lead performance and for examining a historic tragedy that was often overlooked even as it was unfolding.
Sir, I have more money actually. And let them give you something, some money, whatever they have. All right?
Of course, the sudden spotlight motivated Rusesabagina to share this harrowing story through the Hotel Rwanda Rusesabagina Foundation. Even after continued persecution by his nation's government, he remains an outspoken proponent for a more just and peaceful society.
They just killed many other guys all over the world. So the kidnapping people to Kagame, threatening each and everyone, is a part of his mission.
Number 12, Philomena Lee, Philomena. Many in Ireland suffered under the political power of the Catholic Church by the 1950s. An unwed mother at 19, Philomena Lee had no say or contact information when Sean Ross Abbey gave her son away for adoption.
It's cold in there and it's dark in there.
Nearly 5 decades later, she and BBC journalist Martin Sixsmith learned that Michael A. Hess became a government attorney in the U.S. He himself had long tried to find his birth mother before dying from AIDS.
There's nothing to be done or said. I found my son. That's what I came here for.
Sixsmith wrote about this heartbreaking journey in a book that was adapted into the highly accoladed Philomena, which won Judi Dench an Irish Film and Television Award. Lee then launched the Philomena Project to further crusade for adoption rights with the support of the Vatican.
But it was very emotional watching it again.
Do you feel as if you were heard
I think
today?
so. I really think so. I think they were really listening.
Number 11, Chris Gardner, Pursuit of Happyness. Both the tragedy and the triumph of the American dream are exemplified in the story of Chris Gardner. He became unhoused with son Chris Jr. while seeking fortune in San Francisco in the 80s.
Chris.
Chris, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fine, thank you for asking.
First day in there. It's exciting.
Finally, he made millions as a stockbroker and businessman before gaining national attention for a 2002 interview with ABC News.
Then, after getting himself into a training program and proving he could keep company with the best of them, he became a multimillionaire stockbroker.
Come on, man.
It was one amazing ride.
This led to a memoir and the film Pursuit of Happyness, which won Will Smith universal acclaim and launched the career of his own son, Jaden. Gardner's story has since courted controversy for propagating myths about capitalist social mobility. His subsequent enterprises as a motivational speaker nonetheless display what people are capable of with enough entrepreneurial spirit and smarts. Number 10, Kim Sabak, a taxi driver. ARD reporter Jürgen Hinzpeter exposed the atrocities of Chun Du-hwan's regime during the Guangju uprising in 1980. He couldn't have done it without an unidentified taxi driver who risked his life to ferry Hinzpeter to bloody protests across South Korea. This was dramatized in 2017's A Taxi Driver, which swept the film award season along with lead actor Song Kang-ho.
마, 너 오늘 기사 잘 만난 줄 알아? 어? 딴 기사 같았어 봐. 돈 있고 뭐고 벌써 서울 갔지. Here, no soldier.
The film's popularity led to the son of Kim Sabak finally confirming the identity of the fabled hero. Sadly, he had died from cancer 4 years after the uprising. But A Taxi Driver now immortalizes Kim and the idea that there are no small parts in the fight for a better world.
왜 이래 징그럽게? You're a good man. You did a good job.
Number 9, Robert Cunningham and Phyllis Penzo. It could happen to you. There's enough cinematic fantasy in the real story of New York police detective Robert Cunningham splitting a lottery ticket as a tip for waitress Phyllis Penzo in 1984. True to his word, he promptly gave half of the $6 million winnings to his friend.
If this ticket wins, I'll come back tomorrow and split the proceeds. And if it doesn't, I'll still come back and leave you a tip. What do you think?
I think I'm never gonna see you again.
You'll see me tomorrow.
Well, I'll be here.
You got a deal.
It Could Happen to You expanded this already wild tale into Nicolas Cage's Charlie falling for Bridget Fonda's Yvonne when his estranged wife tries to keep the money. The movie became a box office success and a cult classic among rom-com fans.
If you don't want me, I'll walk right out that door and you'll never see me again. But please stop talking about the money. It means nothing to me.
The true story isn't that exciting, as Cunningham and Penzo invested their money wisely, kept working, and stayed friends. Chaos with fortune and fame in that order doesn't have to happen to everyone.
Charlie, Muriel, and Yvonne all lived in a city where people prayed for miracles every day. And sometimes they happened.
Number 8, Mehran Karimi Nasseri, The Terminal. A series of disputed events left Iranian refugee Mehran Karimi Nasseri stateless and locked in Europe's immigration bureaucracy for decades. Starting in 1988, he was detained in Paris's Charles de Gaulle airport for 18 years.
There's a man walking around the terminal in a bathrobe.
I know, sir. You put him there.
In that time, Steven Spielberg made a comedy featuring Tom Hanks as a European refugee who settles in New York's JFK airport.
But it was Tom Hanks who truly immortalized him in 2004 in Steven Spielberg's The Terminal.
The Terminal was a box office smash that went on to become a favorite for fans of the filmmaker and actor. Alas, the rest of the real story was not so feel-good. After his shelter was dismantled during a hospital visit in 2006, Nassedi struggled to get by in Paris. He ultimately returned to Charles de Gaulle Airport to die in 2022.
Last week, he returned there to finish his life amid the comings and goings of tourists and business travelers.
Number 7. Manoj Kumar Sharma, 12th Fail. Growing up in an impoverished and crime-ridden region, Manoj Kumar Sharma dreamed of one day joining the Indian police service.
गया तेरा दूसरा साल भी गया क्या बोल रहा कॉल आएगा इंटरव्यू में.
At 30 years old in 2005, he passed his civil service examination on the 4th attempt. Anurag Pathak recorded this tale of dedication through bad luck and a flawed system in the book 12th Fail. The film adaptation proved to be its own underdog story as an unexpected critical and commercial hit.
ये क्या?
नहीं, मेरे सामने नहीं, अकेले में पढ़नी.
12th Fail wound up leading the Filmfare Awards, with Vikrant Massey being the critics' pick for Best Actor. Now an Inspector General, Sharma was himself awarded the Medal for Meritorious Service in 2024 for protecting and inspiring so many.
Jugaad? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir!
Number 6. Kathy Coates' Grandparents, The Notebook. One of the most beloved romance movies of the 2000s began with a best-selling novel by Nicholas Sparks. But that, in turn, began with the grandparents of the author's then-wife, Kathy Coates. Though he never named them in interviews, he's spoken at length about their summer romance and fateful reunion for over 60 years of happy marriage.
I wrote you every day for a year.
You wrote me?
Yes. It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
Really, it can be said that this love story was the inspiration for many huge movies. The Notebook was Sparks' first novel, leading to a highly successful writing career that spawned a whole franchise of film adaptations. Okay. 2004's The Notebook is arguably the most acclaimed and enduring, made more moving by the fact that Sparks' romantic fantasy was based on real life.
I know you feel lost right now, but don't worry. Nothing is ever lost or can be lost.
Number 5. John Nettleship, Harry Potter series. J.K. Rowling drew on her own youth when writing the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Harry Potter was a tribute to her friend Ian Potter, while the adults were inspired by teachers and even bikers.
You're a wizard, Harry.
But the most eerie bit of casting for the movie was the incomparable Alan Rickman as Potions Professor Severus Snape. In fact, he was comparable to John Nettleship, a brooding, long-haired chemistry teacher who intimidated young Rowling at Wydeen School.
Understandable. Over the years, I've played my part well. So well, I've deceived one of the greatest wizards of all time.
The Harry Potter books and Rickman's impeccable casting in the films brought Nettleship unwanted celebrity. He cozied up to it as Snape became one of the most complex characters in the saga, reflecting how even the scariest educators can inspire beyond the classroom.
Fame isn't everything, is it, Mr. Potter?
Number 4. Jeff Dowd, The Big Lebowski. A case of mistaken identity gets a random slacker involved in the affairs of a wealthy man also named Jeff Lebowski.
See what happens, Lebowski? You see what happens?
Nobody calls me Lebowski. You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
Really, our unlikely hero is more like the real-life Jeff Dowd. The dude, as his friends call him, was a counterculture activist who became an independent film producer with a taste for white Russians. After working with Dowd on a marketing campaign for Blood Simple, Joel and Ethan Coen built a character out of his cool quirks.
Do I make myself clear? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Ow! That character wound up driving The Big Lebowski as a comedy cult classic and one of Jeff Bridges' most iconic roles. That's a lot of Jeffs. Of course, if you ask the Coen brothers, there's truly only one, the dude.
Take it easy, dude. Oh, yeah. I know that you will. Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Number 3. Michelle Philpots, 50 First Dates. 2 severe car accidents left the English woman Michelle Philpots with brain damage that degenerated into anterograde amnesia in 1994. Since then, she has not been able to form long-term memories, but she has managed to build a relatively content life with the husband she didn't even meet until years later.
So whenever you're ready, we'd all love to talk to you and answer any questions you have. And you're the best, Lucy. Aloha.
An article about this challenging but resilient marriage was the basis for the American rom-com, 50 First Dates, in which Adam Sandler dedicatedly courts Drew Barrymore after a car accident left her with the condition.
Oh, there's one about me.
Reminder, he makes funny noises when I kiss his neck.
The film became a hit that inspired several remakes around the world. And while she may not know it, Philpots has inspired hope in countless people struggling with disability and finding love.
Do you honestly take this woman to be a lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, from this day forth, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Number 2, Dave Toschi, Various. When the Zodiac Killer was first headlining articles, the name Dave Toschi stood out. The San Francisco PD inspector's personal integrity, charisma, and stylish wardrobe epitomized a new generation of cops going into the 1970s. As a local celebrity, he was the model for Steve McQueen's performance in the 1968 classic Bullet. With this and the Zodiac case bringing Toschi national attention, Clint Eastwood played the much unscrupulous Harold Dirty Harry Callahan in 5 films.
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
The celebrity ultimately got to the inspector's head as he was reassigned after forging fan letters to himself. But Mark Ruffalo's acclaimed performance redeemed him in David Fincher's 2007 epic Zodiac. Though his biggest case was never closed, the dedication of officers like Toschi is really what makes stars.
Try and find more stuff for Sherwood. A match will get us farther on the warrants.
Avery's on 2. Tell him to screw.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Erin Brockovich. Erin Brockovich. A single mother of 3 and paralegal in 1993, Erin Brockovich was the last person Hollywood wanted to make a movie about. Then she found evidence that the Pacific Gas and Electric Company was contaminating the water in the humble town of Hinckley, California.
I'm sorry. I just don't see why you're corresponding with PG&E about your medical problems in the first place.
Well, they paid for the doctor's visit.
They did.
You bet.
Through 3 years of diligent investigation, she was instrumental in landing the largest settlement in a direct action lawsuit in U.S. history. 4 years after that, Steven Soderbergh's Erin Brockovich became a critical and commercial sensation, winning Julia Roberts the Academy Award for Best Actress.
You're erratic. You say any goddamn thing that comes into your head, you make this personal, and it isn't.
Not personal? That is my work! My sweat, my time away from my kids. If that's not personal, I don't know what is.
Brockovich herself became a high-profile activist, legal consultant, and media personality. It goes to show that anyone can become a star, but it's more important to inspire normal people to do something heroic.
I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Walker. Or what you might expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and you multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time. By the way, we had that water brought in special for you folks. Came from well in Hinckley.
Who are some other ordinary people with extraordinarily cinematic lives? Tell their stories in the comments.